On December 8, 2023, the global stage witnessed a dark chapter in history as the United States utilized its veto power in the UN Security Council to block a resolution pleading for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. This pivotal moment marked an egregious act of international politics, triggering waves of condemnation and exposing the US's perceived hypocrisy amid a humanitarian crisis. Initiated by the United Arab Emirates, a US ally, and backed by more than 90 member states, the resolution faced overwhelming support in the Security Council, with 13 out of 15 members favoring it. The only abstention came from the United Kingdom, deferring once again to the US, underscoring a questionable abdication of sovereignty. This controversial move directly contradicted the stance of UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, who, in an unprecedented step, invoked Article 99 of Chapter 15 of the UN Charter, asserting that international peace and security were in peril. Despite Guterres' plea and a stark portrayal of the catastrophic suffering endured by Palestinians in Gaza, the US remained steadfast in its de facto unconditional backing of Israel, currently engaged in an intense military assault on Gaza's civilian population. Criticism reverberated globally, with Palestinian leaders condemning the veto as disastrous and a disgrace. China and Russia joined the chorus, denouncing American double standards and decrying the death sentence handed down to future Palestinian victims. Amnesty International accused the US of wielding its veto to strong-arm the UN Security Council, undermining its credibility and displaying a callous disregard for civilian suffering. Doctors Without Borders did not mince words, accusing the US of standing alone in casting its vote against humanity, branding America complicit in the carnage in Gaza. The condemnation extended beyond organizations, with Craig Mokaber, an authority on international law, characterizing the US's action as complicity in the genocide in Palestine. The gravity of this situation is irrefutable, creating an enduring example of moral failure. Future historians will undoubtedly scrutinize this pivotal moment, questioning how the US, a nation purporting to lead by both force and values, aligned itself with the perpetrators of an open and outrageous crime against humanity. The roots of this American failure are complex, with Israel serving as an enforcer and imperial outpost in the Middle East. Despite Israel's changing role from an asset to a liability, the ironclad commitment, as emphasized by Vice President Kamala Harris, raises questions about the nature of this relationship. Historically, the US has not been unconditionally submissive to Israel. The Suez Crisis of 1956 serves as a stark example when President Dwight Eisenhower confronted and contravened Israel during its occupation of Gaza. However, the present one-sided relationship raises suspicions of Israel dominating US foreign policy rather than the other way around. One compelling factor in this equation is the pervasive success of lobbying and foreign influence operations conducted on behalf of Israel. Israel's unprecedented influence on US politics has become a defining feature, challenging the notion of a balanced relationship. The effectiveness of this influence operation is evident in attempts to deflect criticism by smearing those who raise concerns as anti-Semitic. In contemplating the future, there is a call to reconsider the obsession with Russia and redirect concerns towards scrutinizing foreign influence, particularly that wielded by Israel. Returning to an era where Americans could prioritize their country's interests over unnecessary phobias and engage with Russia as a potential partner could herald a more constructive approach to resolving international crises. As the consequences of the US veto continue to unfold, one thing remains clear. The world will remember December 8, 2023, as a stark example of the US's failure to uphold humanitarian principles when faced with a dire humanitarian crisis.
Thank you for watching Insight Hub. Please click like and subscribe for more breaking news.